Hello, I'm Alexis Ashworth, the founder and CEO of Root in Nature. I wanted to give you a little tour of what to expect after you've been added as a sub account by your company, and you are able to sign in and access your course and your growth network. So the first thing you're going to do is come to the Root in Nature website, which is rootinnature.ca. And then you're going to sign in at the top right. So currently I'm signed in as Sarah Shapiro. So after you sign in and you go to the courses tab, you're going to see a drop down and you're going to see My Courses. So you now have access to two courses. The two courses you have access to are the Intro to Therapeutic Horticulture course, just the standard version, or the Intro to Therapeutic Horticulture course for children and youth. These are very similar courses. I recommend that you choose one based on the population you're working with. So if you're working with children and youth, pick the children and youth version. Otherwise, pick the standard Intro to Therapeutic Horticulture course. Then from there, you can click on it and it's quite self-explanatory. This course is complete, but you can just press Start Course, and then you will be taken through a series of modules and lessons, and then quizzes at the end of your modules. So that should be quite self-explanatory. And at the end, you will be able to download your Therapeutic Horticulture Ally certificate. Now to get into the growth network, I'll give you a bit of a tour of the back end. So when you're signed in, this left bar will appear, and you can expand it by pressing this button at the top left. And so let's go into the network home. So the network home is basically like your home page, kind of like social media. You can post things on the timeline, or you can read what other people have posted. You can see recent discussions, recently active members, and people who are connected, etc., will show up here in the timeline. The activity database on the left side is where you'll probably want to spend a lot of your time as you're building sessions. So this activity database is sortable in multiple ways. So by session component, by activity type, materials required, so whether it has no materials, low cost materials, or materials, the domain of wellness that you want to affect, the season that you're going to be doing it in, whether it's indoors or outdoors, physical exertion required. So if you're working with clients or a population that needs gentle, you can press gentle or none for physical exertion, and the cognitive abilities required as well. And finally, whether it can be completed virtually. So the way you use these sorting features is you just click on a sorting feature, and let's say you're looking for something that's lower or no cost materials. So these are all of the activities that you can do that meet all of those requirements. And then when you press on you click on the activity, it then gives you the materials and tools required and step-by-step instructions on how to carry out that activity. Also, if you're wondering about the tags, there is an activity database sorting explanation document linked at the top. So if you're wondering, what does vigorous mean in terms of physical activity, how we make those selections is all in that sorting explanations document at the top. The resource library is the next place you might want to spend some time exploring. You can find here budgets, consent forms, guest speaker presentation recordings. So if there are certain topics that have been presented in the past that you're interested in, you can find the recordings there. HT Tools is a great folder to explore. There's lots going on in this folder. Activity plan templates, seed envelope templates, request letter templates. There's also visual cues if you're working with autistic youth particularly. This is what it was developed for. All of these documents, many of them have Word versions. So you'll see a Word versions folder here as well. Word versions means we want you to be able to take this, to use it for your purposes, to modify it, and you don't have to credit Root in Nature. As long as you are a Growth Network member, you can use these materials and not credit Root in Nature and use them for your own purposes as you wish. So that's the resource library. Then we have events, and every second month at least we have a guest speaker come in. Our next one here in June of 2024 is we have Your Garden and Climate Change with Rebecca Last. We also have a peer support call every month. So the first Thursday of every month, we have a call where you can call in, you can brainstorm ideas, you can ask questions. If you're stuck on something or you're having difficulty with something, this is your place to come to get advice from a registered horticultural therapist. And this is included in your Growth Network membership. So that takes place once a month. And whether the times or dates change, you can just check back in with this events page to see the upcoming peer support calls. And you can also subscribe to this calendar, and then the times actually show up in your calendar, so you don't need to remember. And the Zoom links, there's no need to register for any of the events. The Zoom links are directly in the event itself. There's also forums, so chat forums on different topics, on activity and session ideas, peer support and collaborations, for example, questions for our monthly peer support call. You can use these chat forums as you wish. Groups are primarily for students, so there is an Intro to Therapeutic Horticulture course group. And the member directory, finally. So if you're looking to connect with members, I need to reset this. If you're looking to connect with members, we have 191 members currently, again, as of June 2024. We started this community just under a year ago, so it's a growing community. And you have here horticultural therapists, recreational therapists, allied health professionals, lots of different people of different disciplines. If you're looking to connect with, say, a registered horticultural therapist specifically, or another student from the Intro to Therapeutic Horticulture course, you can use these filters and just press search and find people that way, or of course by name or by country. So that is a tour of the Growth Network and of the course of the Intro to Therapeutic Horticulture course. If you run into any technical difficulties or have any questions at all, please never hesitate to reach out to us. The best email to write to for the courses and communities would be courses@rootednature.ca. Or of course, you can reach out directly to me, Alexis@rootednature.ca as well. I'm always happy to help. So that's all, and enjoy your time in the Growth Network, and I hope you enjoy the course. And ultimately, we're bringing nature and plants and connection and better health to many people. So thank you for playing your part in that mission. All the best.